Greetings. In this mini lesson, we're going to go over HTML and Google. How do we combine them? So hopefully you watched some kind of Google searching presentation before, but we're going to focus on HTML and Google and how you can efficiently go over this. So to start with, we need to understand the whole concept of just telling Google what you need. What are you looking for in your search? Is it HTML? Is it CSS? Because these can give you different results. Now, luckily, you probably get the same results depending on what you're doing, though. So, one big thing, remember from any kind of Google thing, hopefully you've had, you don't put a whole entire question in there. How do you make a table in CSS? Which you wouldn't necessarily make a table in CSS, you make the table in HTML. So again, that goes back to making sure you are asking that right question. So this is going to be a lot of demo in this little lesson more than slides. So let's look at this, right? So this is important to understand. It is just that simple. HTML table. First thing, and this is something you can't just, oh hey, there's a table. There's more to it than that. You have to click on these and go into them. And you have to scroll around like, okay, well this is what it looks like. Now, one easy way to kind of see what that actually looks like is to click this try for yourself, but you also scroll down a little bit more and it gives you that example. And you can start seeing these are the bare minimum tags to do it. And hopefully, if you don't understand what this is doing, then you might need to, read some more. It explains what's going on. We could also go in here and play with it, right? So if I delete this, what goes away? Got to run it. What went away? That top line. So I undo that, run it again. That top. So again, you can go through and test it. So this is a great site to do that. Not all sites can do that for you. So again, you click on this one. It has stuff. And it looks like it has it built in. So again, you're gonna get different results. But again, as I talked, CSS Table. If you want to learn, again, this is where Google is pretty nice for you. Like, this should not give you such a nice result. However, this right here will get you where you're looking. But this is CSS style, and this is not necessarily going to show you how to build a table. If I click on this, its focus is how do I give it a border. Now, luckily, if you click try yourself, there is the table information down here. But the focus on this lesson is, and this information is, how do I style it to make it actually look like this? Because if I delete all of this, if I delete the whole style tag and run it, that's what the table is going to look like. So the point of this one is just to make it the style of it. So again, make sure you understand very succinctly what you're looking for. And this goes back to the important thing is you need to understand CSS is for style. If you are trying to change the look of something, it's CSS. So, and a lot of times this is important because there is a way to do this. So if I do HTML background and I actually go into so HTML background images, this is not what you do, and this is inline text, which is already not something you're normally supposed to do. So, and again, you might get actual HTML background. You can do HTML background. There is a tag to do background. And I believe it's, the body. You can actually literally just type in body for it. So you need to understand what you are actually looking for because you might not get what you are actually trying to do. And here you go, yeah. So here you go, table background color equal. This is not even style. This is not CSS. So again, you might get some weird concept. And then if you're trying to do this, not all tags accept this. So if you needed to take a paragraph and give it, and you just do HTML color, background color, and you get this and you try to add it to a paragraph, it might not do anything. So this is why it's really important that if you are looking for background, you need to look for background color. you need to make sure that you are doing CSS background color. And now you're like, oh yeah, this is what CSS looks like. And hopefully you just don't copy this, because if I tell you to add it, someone tells you to add it to a paragraph, then this is not going to work. It's going to add it to everything. But again, hopefully this is where you need to know enough that, okay, I'm doing it to paragraphs, so if I want to do it to paragraphs, I should actually make this the P tag. And luckily they already have a paragraph here, so when I run this, it'll be just to the P tag. So you need to understand enough. So hopefully you've taken enough courses. You need to understand enough to get that code right there, to realize it still goes inside of the style tag. So you have to be very careful. Just because you found this line of code doesn't mean all you do is copy this piece and you're done. I see that all the time. We copy this one line of code, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Well, you didn't remember this, and then all of a sudden you didn't even have the style. So you copy all this, but you didn't have the style tag going on. So make sure that when you are Googling, you are clicking on stuff. You're trying to see full examples of where things go. Just don't go Google, how do I add background in HTML? Because you're probably not going to get the results that you need, or the web pages that give you the full example of what it looks like. If you already have the head tag, well, then you need to add all of this. If you have the style tag already there, then you have to grab all of this. If you already have a P tag selector, then you can just copy this and put it inside the P tag selector. So these are important concepts to understand when you're trying to actually go in there and use HTML in Google. So with that, have a great day.